Hey, you passionate people out there, it's me, Dhriti Kathuria. In this video, we will be talking about an important topic of constitutional law, that is, preamble. So, let's get started. Let's start with the basic introduction. What is a preamble? Preamble is an introductory statement of an official document, that is, Constitution of India. It explains the document's philosophy and objectives. जो प्रियम्बल है वो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के फिलोसफीज एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स बताता है. इट बेसिकली प्रेजेंट्स द इंटेंशन ऑफ इट्स फ्रेमर्स, हिस्ट्री बिहाइंड इट्स क्रिएशन, कोर वैल्यूज एंड प्रिंसिपल ऑफ द नेशन. जो प्रियम्बल है वो बेसिकली बताता है इंटेंशन ऑफ इट्स फ्रेमर, क्या हिस्ट्री थी, क्यों बना ये, क्या कोर वैल्यूज हैं और क्या प्रिंसिपल्स हैं एक नेशन के. It also gives an idea of the source of the constitution, nature of Indian state, statement of its objectives and date of its adoption. Now let's talk about the history of preamble. The main ideas behind the preamble to Indian's constitution was laid down by Jawaharlal Nehru's objective resolution. It was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 22nd of January of 1947. It is not enforceable in the court of law. Acts as an aid during the interpretation of articles when language is found ambiguous. Preamble helps in the interpretation of some articles जब कुछ ऐसा situation आ जाता है जब language of an article is giving double meaning. Components of preamble. It indicates that the source of authority of the constitution lies with the people of India. Preamble ही इंडिया को डिक्लेयर करता है एज अ सॉवरन, सोशलिस्ट, सेक्युलर एंड डेमोक्रेटिक रिपब्लिक. जो प्रियम्बल है उसमें कुछ ऑब्जेक्टिव स्टेट किए गए हैं. दोज आर टू सिक्योर जस्टिस, लिबर्टी, इक्वालिटी टू ऑल सिटीजन्स, promote fraternity, maintain unity and integrity of the nation. The date of adoption जो preamble पर mentioned है that is November 26 of 1949. Let's talk about the keywords in the preamble. Preamble has many keywords such as we the people of India, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. Let us read about them in a bit detail. Firstly, we, the people of India. These words tell that the people of India have ultimate sovereignty. Here, sovereignty means independent authority of the state. Secondly, sovereign. This one term tells a lot. It tells that India has its own independent authority and it's not a dominion of any other external power. मतलब जो इंडिया है वो एक इंडिपेंडेंट अथॉरिटी है एंड देयर इज नो डोमिनियन, कोई भी और एक्सटर्नल पावर उस पर राज नहीं कर रहा. सोशलिस्ट. दिस टर्म इनडायरेक्टली स्टेट्स द अचीवमेंट ऑफ सोशलिस्ट एंड्स थ्रू द डेमोक्रेटिक मीन्स. वी ऑल नो कि इंडिया में पब्लिक सेक्टर एंड प्राइवेट सेक्टर को एग्जिस्ट करता है, दैट इज साइड बाय साइड. मतलब कि इंडिया में मिक्स्ड इकोनॉमी है. Mixed economy is in the existence because of the existence of the socialist government in India. This term, socialist, was added in the preamble by the 42nd Amendment of 1976. Coming to the next keyword, secular. It explains that all the religions in India get equal respect, protection and support from the state. This term too was added by the 42nd Amendment of 1976. Next keyword is democratic. It implies that India has an established form of constitution and it gets its authority from the will of the people. Basically, जो भी authorities मिल रही हैं government को, those are the will of people expressed in an election. Republic. It indicates that the head of the state is a person who is elected by the people of that state. In India, the president, who is the head of the state, is an elected head. Now let's talk about the objectives of the Indian Constitution. Constitution is the supreme law and there is no law supreme than the Constitution. Basically, Constitution के three main objectives हैं, that is to maintain integrity, to promote unity and to promote harmony. Coming to the factors that help in achieving these mentioned objectives, those are justice, equality, liberty, and fraternity. Let's talk about them in a little bit of detail. Coming to justice, it helps in maintaining the order in society. Justice is promised through various provisions of fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. Three elements of justice are, namely, social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Social justice. It says that the Constitution wants to create a society without discrimination on any ground like caste, gender, religion, etc. Economic justice. Discrimination can be caused by people on the basis of their wealth. Justice is basically the justice for getting paid equally. Political justice. It explains that every person living in India have equal, free and fair right without any discrimination to participate in political opportunities. Coming to the next main factor, that is equality. No section in the society has any special privileges. All the people are given equal opportunities without any discrimination. This term clearly explains that everyone is equal before the law. Liberty. It means freedom for a person to choose his or her way of living, having his or her own political views and behavior in society. It does not mean to have freedom to do anything. There must be some rational restraints. Fraternity. It is a feeling of brotherhood. Basically, it's an emotional attachment with the country and all of the people living in the country itself. This emotion helps to promote dignity and unity in the nation. Now let's talk about the importance of these objectives in our life. Basically, it provides a way of life, liberty, fraternity, and equality. These are the three main notions of a happy life, which cannot be taken from each other. It is not possible that I can exchange my fraternity to somebody else's liberty. It cannot be exchanged or take on behalf of someone else. अब ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता कि मैं किसी की भी फ्रेटर्निटी ले लूँ और उसको अपनी लिबर्टी दे दूँ, मतलब वी कैन नॉट एक्सचेंज इट. These three factors cannot be divorced from each other. Without equality, liberty would produce supremacy of the few of the many. Equality without liberty would destroy the individual's initiative. Status of Preamble. The status of Preamble is discussed several times in the Supreme Court. The status can be understood by two leading case laws, that is, the Berubari case and the Kasavarnanda Bharti case. The Berubari case. This case was used as a reference under Article 143, subsection 1 of the Constitution. It was on the implementation of the Indo-Pakistan Agreement related to the Berubari Union. It was judged by a bench consisting of 8 judges. The court stated that preamble is the key to open the mind of the makers, but it cannot be considered as the part of the Constitution. Therefore, it is not enforceable in the court of law. Kasavananda Bharti case. It was the very first time that a bench of 13 judges was assembled to hear a writ petition. In this case as well, the court held that the preamble of the Constitution will now be considered as a part of the Constitution. It is not the supreme power, but it plays an important role in the interpretation of the statuses. मतलब कि it's not a supreme power as Constitution is, but जो भी उसके अंदर statuses and verses हैं उनके interpretation में help करता है, and hence it is a part of the introductory part of the Constitution. Case of Union Government versus LIC of India, 1955. In this case as well, the Supreme Court held that the preamble is the integral part of the Constitution, yet it is not directly enforceable in the Court of Justice in India. Coming to the amendment of the preamble. 42nd Amendment Act 1976 के तहत ही preamble को amend करा जा सकता है. कसावनंदा भारती केस जजमेंट के बाद it was accepted that preamble is a part of the constitution. But the preamble can be amended under Article 368 of the constitution. But it is also important to note कि जो उसका basic structure है उसको change नहीं कर सकते. It cannot be changed at any cost. जो constitution का structure है it is basically based on the basic elements of the preamble only. Till date, preamble is only amended once through the 42nd Amendment Act 1976. Many terms were added through the amendment in the preamble, such as the terms socialist and secular was added between the terms sovereign and democratic. Unity of nation was changed to unity and integrity of the nation. There can be many questions based on this topic, but a few of them are: what is a preamble? Explain 42nd Amendment Act 1976 in reference to preamble. Explain in detail the status enforceability of preamble, refer to case laws. Write a leading case on Kasavananda Bharti case. Explain the following terms in reference to preamble: socialist, republic, secular, and sovereign. What are the objectives of a preamble? Mention the factors which help in achieving these objectives. What are the components of a preamble as a part of the Constitution? What is the history behind the Constitution with regard to preamble? Write a leading case on Union Government versus the LIC of India 1995 with reference to the status of preamble. Hold on, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.